So then guys, this is the Snapmaker U1 and this could be one of the most interesting multicolour 3D printers I have ever tested because it handles colours in a very different way from most other machines. Instead of using one nozzle and repeatedly unloading and reloading filament, the U1 uses 4 independent extruders with Snapmaker's Snap Swap tool changing system. It can change between the tool heads in around about 5 seconds with the aim of making multicolour printing faster, cleaner and far less wasteful. Now the overall build quality of this is excellent. The frame feels sturdy, the parts feel well finished and the touchscreen is simple to use. It feels modern, polished and much closer to the standard people now expect from something like say a Bamboo Lab 3D printer, which is a big compliment. But if you haven't heard of Snapmaker, they have actually been around for years, especially with machines that combined 3D printing, laser engraving and CNC style making. But the U1 is much more focused. This is the Snapmaker that's going to, I'd say, change multicolour printing. The machine originally launched through Kickstarter, where the tool changing idea attracted loads of attention, and it's now moved beyond that early backing stage into a wider availability. For this video, I wanted to test the U1 with 4 different prints. First, there is the knitted rainbow chick using the newer full spectrum style color workflow. Then second, there is a cute sheep using 4 standard PLA colors. Then third is an iPhone 17 Pro Max tactile PLA case, which gives a practical print rather than just another display model. And then finally, there is this amazing multicolor Grogu style model as the larger hero print here. So with that, let's have a look at this knitted rainbow chick. This is the most experimental print of the 4. Normally if a printer supports 4 filaments, you'd expect 4 visible colours. But the new full spectrum style workflow can use these colours in a combination to create the appearance of extra shades. The printer is still physically using the 4 loaded filaments, but the software arranges those colours in a way that makes the finished result look far more varied. This is not something that every single 3D print has to use, and is still the most experimental side of the software, but it is a great way to show what Snapmaker is exploring here. The chick is also a strong test because the knitted texture, color changes and smaller details are very easy to inspect. You can quickly see whether the finish looks clean and whether the extra shades actually improve the final model. But after this is the cute sheep, which is a more traditional 4-color PLA print. This is where the U1's hardware becomes much easier to understand. On a normal filament switching system, the same nozzle must unload one filament, purge it, and then repeat that process every time the model changes color. That can lead to long print times and a surprising amount of waste. The U1 avoids much of that by giving each color its own extruder. When the model needs another color, it just simply changes the tool head rather than completely changing the filament inside one nozzle. Snapmaker's claim is that this can make color changes up to 5 times faster and create up to 5 times less waste than traditional filament switching systems out there. Now this sheep is also great to check on print quality because it has clear contrasting sections. You can inspect the body, the face, eyes and smaller details to see how clearly the colours meet. It also shows one of the best things about multicolour printing. When the model comes off the plate, it is literally finished. There is no painting, no gluing separate parts together or anything like that. This just came off the print bed as it was. But then for the third print, I wanted something practical, so I chose it for an iPhone 17 Pro Max, and that's this tactile PLA case. This is a very different challenge from printing a character model. With a phone case, accuracy matters. The camera opening needs to line up, the edges need to be clean, the buttons need to stay accessible, and the phone needs to fit properly without the case being too tight or too loose. It also shows how great this actual multicolor printer is. Obviously, I actually printed these as 2 separate parts. The frame came as one color and the tactile back section was another. And smaller details you can see here are really amazing. By making your own case like this, you can actually customize things for your own home or for your own kind of gear. It was absolutely amazing. But something else I want to mention at this stage is that the U1 has some great software too. You can even use the Snapmaker app on an iPhone or Android, send prints directly from the app, and keep an eye on the print while it's running. So if the printer is in another room, you can quickly check the progress from your phone instead of constantly walking back to the machine. But the U1 also includes AI monitoring for spaghetti detection and foreign object detections. These are features you hope you do not need to use very often, but they can be useful during a long print when something goes wrong and you're not standing next to the printer. But moving on, the final print is this multicolor Grogu style model, and this is the larger print here. And this is the larger hero print. This kind of model is exactly why multicolor printers are so appealing. You have the green character, darker details, clothing. Just look at the details here on his jacket, and smaller features as well. Look at his fingernails here. They look absolutely amazing. When it's finished here, it looks much closer to a completed collectible than a basic single color model. And this is also where the tool changing system matters most. A larger print contains a huge number of color changes. On the filament switching printer, every one of those changes add more purging, more weighting, and more wasted material. With the U1, each color is already loaded into the dedicated extruders, so the printer can move between them far more efficiently. A longer print like this also gives you a better idea of reliability. You can see whether the printer maintains good surface quality, clean color separation, and consistent detail over a much longer job. And the U1 itself uses a Core XY motion system and has 270mm cubed build volume, so there's plenty of room for normal models, accessories, and larger display pieces. It also supports automatic filament handling and RFID recognition with Snapmaker filament, although you can still use other brands too. But in conclusion, for these 4 prints, I focus mainly on PLA, but the U1 is also designed for multi-material printer, and Snapmaker is particularly proud of its TPU capabilities, which could make it usable for flexible grips, protective parts, more phone accessories, feet, seals, and other practical objects. And then there's also the Snapmaker Orca software, which actually is based on Orca Slicer. So the layout should feel familiar for someone who's been using a modern slicer before. You can assign colors, position models, preview tool changes, adjust settings, and then send everything across to the printer. So after using the Snapmaker U1, this printer has completely surprised me. I'm absolutely shocked at how this has worked so well. Just like the Rainbow Chick here has showed us how great that experimental color mixing workflow has worked, how the cute sheep has worked as well, where we've got no kind of color sort of bleeding involved there. Also that we can build something practical like a phone case and how precise it is. And then obviously that big, huge print of this Grogu model here, the detail you're getting on such a large print here too, and yet it didn't take that long to print it because we've got these 4 different extruders. Was absolutely amazing. And the great thing is, like I say, the Snapmaker U1 is available right now. And if you want to check out more information about it, check out the details below in the description of this video. And on that note as well, guys, it's time to wrap up the video too. So if you have enjoyed watching it, please do press the like button. As always, if you want to hear the latest technology news, reviews, and comparisons, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Until next time, guys, I'll see you really soon. Take care. Bye bye.